We're live. Hello there. Good morning. It's early for us, but that's okay. We're in the lab, the actual lab today.
It's a lab
on location. So welcome to episode 13, the unlucky number episode. Kyle and I, NFL, getting ready to kick off with the NFL. We got a lot to talk about in a short amount of time.
It's been a while-ish.
We've been away.
Up and down, but we're back.
And we have a new format coming in.
Okay.
I'm going to show him offline. It's going to be better. We're going to pump out more videos.
Okay.
Give the people what they want. That's Kyle's beautiful face on the TV.
No, that's not true.
If you stream us on TV or on the computer. So, but the NFL world's kicking off. We got a lot to talk about with the NFL with week 1 with your team, Monday Night Football. I did speak to Mr. Picks last night. He said he's going to be up early as we are. So hopefully he'll be around to give us his future picks and his week 1 lock.
He's been unbanned. He's back.
Yeah.
He was on a ban.
Yeah.
But he's back on.
Yeah. So we'll welcome him back. If you're a new listener, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for tuning in and coming along with Kyle as we keep developing and growing with this thing. If you're a prior listener, we love you. Basically, I don't know who listens to this, our moms, our dads. So, of course, we love you. Before we jump into sports, one of my good coworkers and friends of mine, his daughter is going through something very rough. I was talking to him on the phone. I don't want to get into details, but it just seems like the poor girl. And so if you go to our Instagram and our Twitter account, you'll see like a link for a GoFundMe. If you have the time, if you're able to, they're trying to buy a medical device to help them out. So please, like I said, I think our family's the only ones who really listens to this. But if you're anyone else and you have the means, please help them out. Go to our Instagram, go to our Twitter, click the link, go to the GoFundMe. So without further ado, we're short on time today. Kyle, it is time.
Preview.
Nope, 4 seconds.
Okay, all right.
4 seconds. Okay, here's the game I played. It takes 4 seconds. We're supposed to play this game last time, all right?
Okay. I'm
going to play all 4, and I need you to tell me which one is which. You think you could do it?
I might be able to. I don't know.
Okay, let's start with this one. Classic.
That's, yeah, is that,
Just tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you we could.
It's NBC. That's Sunday Night Football.
All right.
And that's Monday Night Football.
Okay. 2 for 2. 2 for 2.
And that's our CBS NFL. And that's Fox.
Dude, round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the young man.
That's just called watching football for 30 years and stuff's just in your brain.
That was the game we were supposed to play last time. Was can Kyle guess all 4 major football theme songs? And you nailed it. 4 for 4. I'm proud of the young man. Proud of him. So yeah, let's get into football. Are you ready for week 1?
No. Honestly, I think it came really fast. Pause, but it did. It was one of these things where preseason, it felt like was perfect because they decreased games, right? We're now at 3, unless you play in that stupid Hall of Fame game, which the Jets did.
So you guys were at 4.
We had 4.
But Aaron Rodgers played 1, so that's all that really mattered.
Yeah, which I thought was nice. A lot of people were like, oh, why are you doing it? It's his choice. I think that's what it boils down to. There was 8 quarterbacks that didn't play in the preseason, and they're the usual suspects. It was Stafford and Lamar Jackson and some of those guys. It should be that guy's choice if they're a vet and they don't want the reps, or if they're I don't want to get hurt, or I don't need to be out there, whatever. So preseason done. Now it feels weird, but we're a few days away from Thursday opening night.
Are you nervous?
I think so, but I also am excited. This is like the first time where I truly feel like they're going to be like a decent team. There's been teams where, in the past 15 years where you're like, oh, maybe this will be the year. I think you have to be confident that they're going to do well. And if they don't, it's just the way it is. It would be disappointing, but I think they're going to be a good competitive team.
In terms of like, are you a couch sitter or are you a pacer when the game gets going?
I just sit.
Even like fourth quarter, they're driving down the field. You're just sitting the entire time.
There's not been a lot for me to root for in the last. They haven't made the playoffs in forever, so there hasn't been a lot of like stuff. I think the last game I got super mad about was like 2 years ago, opening week. They played Josh Allen and the Bills, and they should have won, and they lost. And besides that, I'm a lot more chill because the expectations have always been very low.
Okay,
but now we'll see.
Maybe we'll get you pacing in your living room.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, just imagine on Monday night, this upcoming Monday night, they are driving to win the game with Aaron Rodgers. Minute left. I think Aaron Rodgers can get it done.
It feels surreal that he's still there, but we'll see.
I think the Jets GM said every day I sit down, I think to myself, man, we got Aaron Rodgers.
I used to think like a couple months ago, I was like, I don't know if I want this, but he looks young. He looks excited to be here. I think he said all the right things. I don't know if it's bullshit or not. If he's like just saying these because he knows how to like play the game at this point. At least you got a little peek into it with Hard Knocks. Like he was a lot of fluff, and then like in practice when they would suck, he was F-bombing like crazy, and then he would settle in. Like that's what you want. And what guy's gonna like turn to that person and say no? Like that guy's one of the best quarterbacks ever. So
yeah, the Hard Knocks episodes were really weird in that they were like they said fluff, but they're almost like a very nice telling of an NFL training camp.
Yeah, it was very PR-y. And they always do a good job of being like, oh, wow, that team is going to win the Super Bowl because they just like make them look really cool and good. I don't know. I think they'll make the playoffs this year. That's my little prediction. I don't know how far they'll go, but it's injury barring. I think they'll have a good team. They have the right pieces. They just have to put it together.
Well, Aaron Rodgers thinks Zach Wilson's the future. So even if he does go down, you got the future already.
He's there.
Well, any other storylines pop up on you? You excited for any other
opening?
Yeah.
I mean, I have my hot takes I'll get to when we go over the whole schedule, but I think that the opening night Chiefs and Lions game is very weird. I just don't know why they would open with those two teams. Usually it's like a really sexy game. And I know the Lions have like some cool, like they're a feisty team. I just open night, that's who cares. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but
yeah, maybe that's what they think. Like the dude does the thing. He's got this giant board. He's like, oh man, we're stuck with Lions Chiefs opening like Thursday Night Football, and they're like, just sell it. It's football. People will watch.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for. I think there's a lot of youth in the quarterback world now. We used to be real senior heavy for the last for the 2010s, and now we got a lot of youth with the Jaguars, the Dolphins, the Falcons, the Chargers, to a degree Pat Mahomes, although we've seen what he could do. The Bears. I mean, I'm excited to just see like how everything goes and all the expectations that go forward from there. So if we've got something like Justin Fields, is he going to have? I mean. I honestly think Justin Fields could be an offensive player of the year. I think that he could go that distance, be offensive player of the year. He's got all the talent. It just depends if he's like locked. Everyone hated on his throwing ability, but the guy's still learning the game. The guy's a freak athlete.
True.
He doesn't have to learn when coverage breaks down, run the ball as fast as I can, 60 yards down the field. So did he take the time in the offseason to learn defensive schemes and what a single high safety and all that stuff looks like? And I think if he did, he has an opportunity.
They got better too. They got good weapons around him, so hopefully he does well.
Jalen Hurts, I feel like, is the old man that's young. Probably he's in college football for a while, but this is his third year.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe third or fourth.
And he just comes off as a guy who's going to be ready for the season.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles. I was talking to Mr. Picks. I won't give away his stuff, but he's really high on the Eagles. There was like a bet thing, bet the Super Bowl. And it was 3 bets. Like these are the odds, and all of them were Eagles versus an AFC team. Eagles versus Bengals. Eagles versus Bills. Eagles versus Chiefs. So it was just very interesting to see that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a little intrusion.
Hey, Anthony.
Anthony. Hey, we were just talking highly about Justin Fields.
Were you?
Yeah.
It's going to be a good weekend.
Mark said player of the year.
But then offensive player of the year? We got a longtime Bears fan just walked into the lab. Can we get your thoughts real quick on Justin Fields? What, like, overall, serious Bear fan thoughts?
Worried?
We're happy to have him.
Okay, good.
Okay. I know he's not your traditional quarterback, but at this point with our history, I think it's fair to say he's the best thing we've got going right now.
A little bit of a complacency take.
No, that's what you got. You got what you got, and he's going to be good. I think he's going to be good. Good team around him.
I don't think I can name, besides Chase Young, one player on the Commanders.
Their quarterback, Sam Howell, he's going to start for them. He's young. We'll see.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of good youth in the football and the NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah. There's a lot of teams playing with house money, too. Like, there's no expectation for a team like the Commanders.
Or the Jaguars. Well, no, not even the Jaguars.
That's one of my hot takes. I think the Jaguars are going to stink.
Ooh.
I think they're going to stink.
The Falcons, I think, are playing with house
House
money.
Colts.
Yeah, Colts. Especially the Anthony Richardson project.
Oh, rookie quarterbacks is house money all day. All you care about is the guy trots out there and doesn't die. So,
listen, I watched the preseason, give or take, throughout the year, and I was trying to pay attention to the young guys. I think that who's the guy who plays for? I forgot his name. Bryce Young.
Oh boy, yeah.
I think he's going to stink.
Yeah, those teams.
No, CJ Stroud is with the Texans.
Yeah, Texans.
He had a decent camp. He's grown. I think Bryce Young is the next and worst Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, is he going to play this year?
That's what they said. They said they weren't going to put him on that. They owe him a shit ton of money if he plays so many games this year, $37 million. But
he's hurt. Right?
But he's a captain. They made him captain.
But why is he not playing? Is it because he's hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, that team's going to stink too.
The
Cardinals are going to stink.
Well, they're selling the farm just to try to move up in draft stock and everything like that.
Yeah.
So like I said, the things I want to look forward in week one is I'm excited to see that the Falcons I think are low key going to be rising. I've got them kind of making a low key splash, in the Jaguars. I think you were like, oh, that's going to be mine. I think they're going to stink. I think they're going to be opposite. They got a lot of.
Everyone's high on the Jags.
Yeah. Maybe they're not a low-key team. I think the Falcons are a good low-key team. But I think my week one, when they lose, everyone's going to be freaking out. It's got to be New York for 2 reasons.
The Jets?
The Jets.
They're
underdogs
lose, against the Bills.
Right. But I'm saying when they lose, everyone's going to be freaking out.
No.
Because, the New York media, it's just going to be like, man, what's all this hype? The Jets got a tough opening, don't they?
Look at how ESPN, how dumb this is. Is week one must win for the Jets? People,
that's what I'm.
This
see,
is so
that's
ridiculous.
What I'm saying. And it's not must win. It's not must win.
It's
but
not.
It's the mindset behind what happens if the Jets lose. What happens if the Jets lose week one? And
that's okay.
Mind you, Aaron Rodgers sucks week one.
That's okay. We'll see it. I don't know what else to say besides they got to play these games. They've been ready. If they don't do well this year, it's a huge disappointment. But they have the team to compete. I think that it's one game at a time. The AFC East is obviously the best division in football.
Hands down.
It doesn't really, to me, the Jets have a really hard schedule to start the year. And I'm not going to get super Jet heavy, but if they start 3-3, that's totally fine. That's how hard their schedule is.
I agree. I don't think the Jets have to win. I think they have a very tough openings part of their schedule. But if they lose against the Bills, it's going to be a lot of what are we getting into? Should we invest in youth?
It depends on how. If they lose by a field goal, everyone's going to be like, okay. If they lose by 40, then sure, they're going to be really bummed out. But it's all good. Week one, I'm glad Aaron played. I think, they're in Jet Life Stadium. Hopefully the crowd goes nuts. It's on Monday night. It'd be really nice to win. But also the Bills are the perennial favorites to win the AFC East.
So that was a bottom tier stadium. Have you been to MetLife Stadium?
I go all the time.
And what are your thoughts as a fan?
They spruced it up nice. I used to go when it was called just Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands back in like 2006, and that place was a dump. It was so gross. So they built up MetLife Stadium. So it's relatively new within the last 10 years. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's like the nicest stadium by any means, but it used to be disgusting. It was like falling apart. One of those like classic old school New York arenas like they used to have like in hockey and stuff. It was disgusting.
I saw while I was looking at that same stadium ranker, it had Lambeau Field #1, which I don't know if it's just like a nostalgia thing, but I found it funny because it had Soldier Field like 29. And I was like, did they only ask Packer fans?
Yeah.
They just come and be like, hey, what's your favorite stadium? Oh, Lambeau.
Lambeau.
What's up? Soldier Field. I've been to Soldier Field. I mean, hey, I don't go there. I was there for one time. I don't even live anywhere near Chicago. I went for the Dolphins game, and it was a stadium.
Right. It's fun.
Like, what are people looking for in stadiums? To like you go the seats. Can you have from the top row to the bottom row is the view equivalent to a degree, right? Like, I don't need binoculars at the top row, which I didn't. I don't know. To me, there's a lot of
those are subjective lists.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people like to go nuts.
So yeah, I was always found that very funny that Soldier Field was low and Lambeau Field was high. So those are my teams to look out for. Like, those are my games that I'm looking for this week, and I want to watch. Obviously, the Dolphins game at Chargers. Can I tell you little shame on myself? I thought they were in Miami the whole summer. It's like, oh, the Chargers are coming to Miami. We're gonna kick that ass. No. And you know how the Berenstain Bears thing? Like, how do they spell it versus how they don't spell it?
Yeah.
Like, something happened in the Matrix, or Tony Stark went back in time and messed up the timeline. I think that happened. I think I'm pretty confident the Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers were at the Dolphins the entire summer.
Are you confident in that game? 3-point underdogs right now.
No, I'm not confident. We have to go all the way to freaking Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean,
your first game too. His first game back into the season. He's got to fly all the way to L.A. And
did Tua play in the preseason?
He played 2 games, like a first drive and the second drive. He was fine.
I think Herbert didn't touch the field.
No. Well, I mean, Herbert also didn't come back from like a serious injury and didn't need to test the waters. Tua got hit like 4 times, did his little jiu-jitsu rolls out of it. Everyone was talking about it. Every major sports talk, Pat McAfee, ESPN, they're like, oh my God, Tua's a BJJ black belt now. You need to go through that. You need to get hit a couple times.
Yeah. I think that's a rat line. I think the Dolphins are going to beat them. Money line, I would take that.
Okay.
Same with the Giants. Giants are underdogs in Dallas. Yeah, it has to be because that'd be crazy if they're
Sunday Night Football. Before we jump into our 4 picks games of the week, low key, do you think Tony he's here early?
That was the earliest I've ever seen Tony here.
Do you think he messed something up? Maybe. Like he was meeting somebody. Could you imagine if he was having like a confidential meeting
and we were just
6:30 in the morning, comes into work and it's like, what are these 2 doing in the lab?
He doesn't know that we grind like this because week 1.
Yeah, NFL. Our 4 games of the week are obviously the Thursday night game, Sunday night game, Monday night game, and then a week 1 random game. Thursday night football, Lions plus 6.5 at the Chiefs. Over is a staggering 54.5. Kyle, who do you got?
So that game is in Kansas City, right?
Yes.
For whatever reason, I don't think I like the under in this game.
Same.
I think that Thursday opening night to me just smells like rust.
Mm-hmm.
Like just where defenses can kind of muck it up. So I'm going to just take the under. I'm not going to give you a winner for that. I'm just going to take the under. That's what I'm going to do for that game. I'm going to bet the under on that game.
All right. I like it. Lions plus 6.5. Lions are on a high. They're coming in, but
people love the Lions.
People love them. They wanted to put a lion on the side of the field,
like a real one.
Yeah,
like a jungle cat. Not allowed.
No,
don't do that.
And Detroit doesn't have to travel far. It's probably warmer in Kansas City than Detroit, so they won't be freezing their asses off.
Yeah, but Detroit plays in a dome.
True. So Chiefs covered by touchdown. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs on that.
I think it's with him playing quarterback. It's always a good bet to be like he's gonna.
But I do like the under. But the Lions are just sneakily away at the end to make those points back.
Yeah, no,
they're like Chiefs are winning
By
28-7, and then it's like, oh, game ended, 34-28. And you're like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Okay.
Sunday Night Football, Cowboys -3.5 at the Giants. Over under set at 46.5. Cowboys -3.5 at the Giants.
It's at the Giants. Okay,
Yeah.
So this is one of these weird ones where the Giants and the Jets are both home on the weekend. Kind of weird. I like the G-Men. I like the G-Men money line.
I like the G-Men as well.
I think the Giants and Cowboys play each other so tough every year. I used to have this really running bit about the NFC East just beats the crap out of each other all the time. I think that a home dog for this division, I don't know. I think that I like the Giants. I like the Giants money line, but I'll be safe and just take the points.
Yeah, I definitely like the Giants to be a home dog. Home dogs, I think, are undervalued in the NFL, especially opening week.
And a division game?
Sunday night game. Dak Prescott's
rivals?
coming into the season with a lot of question marks. And the quarterback for the Giants,
Danny Jones
is coming in with no question marks.
Yeah,
I had a good year.
Yeah.
Plus, they put Sexy Dexy in that NFL commercial. That dude's coming out. Going to, just tear up.
Yeah, I like
Dak
the
Prescott.
Giants. I think the Giants will do okay. New contract for Daniel Jones this offseason and Saquon.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think that MetLife will be rocking for those boys.
What do they call it when they play there? MetLife?
It's MetLife.
Not Get Life?
No. I mean, the fact it used to be just Giants Stadium, and the Jets had to play at Giants Stadium for home games. So now it's MetLife.
Yeah. Not enough money in New York, the market to build.
Poor.
Yeah. Or East Rutherford, wherever they play.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football. Bills -2.5 at Jets. Again, another home underdog.
Home dog.
Same over-under. I think Vegas is just running it back, 46.5.
I like the over in this game. I don't know.
But you don't want to give a line.
No, I don't. I think I just hope the Jets are competitive to start. I think it's going to be a slow start. Like I said, 3-3 to start the season. I think is going to be Jet fans expect it. At least ones that have brains. I'm going to say we're going to start off a little bit slow, get into a groove. Defense is going to be very good. Offense is going to be questionable with injuries, but it looks like Cook and Hall are both going to play week 1. So shout out to the people that said that both weren't going to play. They're going to both play.
I got Hall in my fantasy league, so I'm kind of excited.
I have Cook in mine, and I don't know if I'm going to play him, dude. I don't know.
I'm
afraid of the sharing of the load thing, but who's going to get it at the goal line?
Wasn't Cook injured?
Yeah, they both were.
But Bryce Hall's injury was known from last season. He's been rehabbing the entire time. Cook's he didn't end on an injury. He got injured.
I think it was towards last year they kind of shut him down a bit.
It's like a nagging injury.
Yeah, and he's also not the youngest dude. I think he's 28, something like that. He looks super old, but he's not. I don't know. I always hate the two-headed beasts running back games because you just don't know who's going to get the ball at the end. But hopefully they do it well because of the injuries. They're we're going to really split it. And that's smart. I hate when they just do it who's hot or not because who knows. I don't know. I like the over in this game.
It's always one of those things where I got Hall. He gets the ball more in the, from the 20 to the 20 in the middle of the field, get out there, go make some space. But then he's going to get out. He's going to run down the field. He's going to get tackled at the 5. They're going to give the damn ball to Dalvin Cook, who's going to get the touchdown.
That's where it's annoying.
Yeah, super annoying. But I do like -2.5 for the Bills. So essentially, can the Bills win by a field goal and you're making money? And if you're not going to take the Bills in a divisional game, it's on the road, which I think -2.5. You still just take the Bills to win by a field goal. And I'm not homering that. I think that's just a safe money bet.
It is. They're the favorite to win the division. It's a close line too for that. So it
has the feels of those games where you if I were to sub Dolphins in for the Jets, the very first play, Josh Allen would throw an 80-yard touchdown to the tight end.
And then you're just oh, cool. Why did we even play?
Yeah, why do we? Yeah.
Bills' backup quarterback, also last name Allen. Just in case you
shouldn't be allowed.
Josh Allen? Kyle Allen, yeah.
That's almost unfair.
Shouldn't be allowed. They probably switched jerseys at halftime. They could if they wanted, just to mess with people.
Right.
What's the random game?
I've been talking about them. I went with them. I had a couple. I went with Panthers plus 3.5 at Falcons. Got 2 young quarterbacks. I think Bryce Young comes out and lays an egg.
Oh.
I think the Falcons at home take the opportunity. They had a strong training camp. I like Falcons to blow them. Like I would alt line Falcons like -8.
Whoa.
Falcons -9. Over under is 39.5, which seems super low. Like each team has to get 3 touchdowns essentially. But I just don't know if the Panthers. I've been watching the training. Like Panthers had a training camp with the Jets, didn't they?
They did.
And the Bryce Young just does not look like. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks that you could have taken, and I hope the Colts have a lot of hope with this athlete they have at quarterback.
True.
CJ Stroud is looking good for the Texans. Like, I know I hate to be like the size matters dude, but the memes of Bryce Young being like 3'2" and his helmet being twice as big as his head.
Do you think they're edited at all?
That one just didn't seem edited.
I think Bryce. There's obviously upside. I think they're probably hoping that they're going to get like a Kyler Murray. Like they're going to hopefully get someone that's going to like be exciting for them and make plays, and they just haven't had that in a while. I mean, besides Cam Newton, who is like the total opposite. I know he scrambled a lot, but size-wise, I don't know. I think the Falcons are the safe pick.
At least Cam Newton could run it right up the middle and just take a lick from a linebacker and then get right back up. I don't think Bryce Young can take a lick from a linebacker.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's the game. I'm going to go, like I said, I would outline Falcons plus or -8.
Okay.
Over under 39.5. What do you got? Do you want the line again?
No, I like the under for this. I don't know. I know it's not a lot of points, but like you said, like some of these
6 touchdowns would get the over.
This could be a stinker. This could be like field goal city, just like punt, field goal kind of game. But I just do that for week 1 anyway because I just think teams need to have a lot to figure out. I don't know if Vegas knows that too, but that's my advice. Is like see a line, and if you think like this team is gonna have some growing pains, just take the under. It's a smart bet. You got to at least be like, hey, smart bet.
Smart bet. 31-14. Under still hits. No, it doesn't. No. 31-7. Under still hits. Crazy. Like I just
line
like
at 20.
I would all line this. All right. He told me he's gonna be up at 6:48 in the AM here in the desert. Let's see if this man answers the phone.
Is he twerking?
No, he's hurt.
Oh, great.
I said, hey, send me your futures for last night. And then he did text me some. And then he said, call me. I'll be awake. The people want to hear from me. It's early, though. I mean, I get it. People talk a big game at, 10 p.m., 11 p.m.
This is where the dogs are in the lab.
People don't talk a big game at 6 a.m.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Oh, he said, give me 2.
No.
He said, give me 2.
7.
All right, he's got. We'll give him 5. Let's go to the 2-sip real quick. It's early in the morning. We got to get this. I think we may have reviewed it before.
This is prickly pear.
But
prickly pears, Oasis, Celsius. I'm gonna preemptively tell you, this is going to suck.
I'm telling you right now that I've been drinking because I'm tired. So I'm not going to give it a 2-sip.
It's not as bad as I thought. Okay. I don't know where the prickly pear is. Where's the prickly pear? It just tastes.
It just doesn't taste like
a drink.
Sparkling prickly pear lime.
Yeah, this is very bland. This tastes like nothing. I don't know what.
It's got green tea. It's green. I think this one's heavily green tea. I don't know. I got to read the other cans. Let's just go over the stats real quick. 0 sugar, gluten-free, kosher, non-GMO.
How many essential vitamins, though?
7.
Okay, 7.
Proven in 6 published university studies. So it ain't bullshit.
Which ones?
Proven ones. Published.
Yeah. Community College.
Hey.
Grand Canyon. Donald Trump University. I'm going to give this a 5.5.
Just middle, it's mid. As mid as it can get.
It's okay. Gets the job done for it. I thought it was going to taste bad. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes like nothing. So 5.5.
It's a gluten-free, kosher, non-GMO. This is the energy drink of the Amish.
Or
is it
the Hasidic Jews?
The Hasidic Jews. Energy drink sponsor, the Hasidic Jews. Celsius is everywhere now. They're playing the game last night. Was it last night or was it 2 nights ago? Oh, it was the Florida State game. The thing that comes up behind the field goal? Celsius.
Should have been All-State.
Logan Paul or Jake Paul when he's doing his fight. Celsius.
We're not allowed to talk about the Paul brothers on this podcast.
That's why we got banned, although one of them is getting dragged through the mud right now.
We're not allowed to talk about them. All right. What's next?
Okay. Well, Mr. Picks, that was 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's banned.
Back to the ban. We'll see if he calls back. He's got some good takes.
We're about to wrap up.
Hey, big win for Rutgers this weekend. 24-7 over Northwestern.
Nice win for both our schools here. We both saw it. This was a kind of what we talked about one of the previous episodes. Teams are starting to have to play good schools week one. There's not a lot of schools get these cupcakes anymore. You saw a lot of ranked schools go down this week, which is good. I'm so tired of the cupcakes. So, yeah, Rutgers has to play a Big Ten school in Northwestern. Yes, Northwestern is at its lowest right now with all of their stuff, with their hazing shit. But, hey, you got to play your schedule, and you beat them. Always calling.
So you were happy with that win?
Love it.
Big conference win.
Huge.
Mr. Picks, you were nearly banned. You're live on the air. We're doing not a hasty show, but we're in the lab, and the lab is the office. So
I like it.
So we just went over Thursday night football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, and then we picked a game of our week, which was the Panthers at the Falcons. I thought the Falcons are going to blow out the Panthers.
How is that your game of the week?
Yeah, I know.
That's my question.
It's the week one random game. We're trying to keep all audience members in. What if we got a huge following in Atlanta? We don't know where our followings start.
I will say Carolina's going to win that game.
Oh, you're a Bryce Young fanboy, huh?
I like Bryce Young. I just don't like what's the name, Ritter? Is that
Desmond Ritter?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Once a year two guy learning from his team, you get to sit on the bench and watch Marcus Mariota play for a little bit. One guy, his helmet doesn't even fit him, but you're good. I'm going to question these picks now coming out of you, but I will say if you pay attention to the Twitter, they delete our tweets if we put the bet slip in. So I'll throw them on the Instagram stories. Really? Yep, I'll put them on the Instagram stories if you want to take a look at them. But you so far, Mr. Picks, is 2-0 in NCAA bets. Arizona money line, which covered 28.5, and then you called FSU. We could have got money line FSU, but we gave them 2.5 or 1.5 points, and they won single-handedly.
I think you're forgetting also my bet slip that I gave you that Oregon State was going to -7.5 first half too. I won that, so technically I'm 3 for 3.
You gave me that one while I was going on. Like, you want me to have people live bet it?
That's the way you make money, buddy. That's the way you make money.
All right, so what do you got for us for week one and for NFL futures?
Ooh, I got some good picks for you guys. I'm not sure what's going on in the NFL betting world, but they gave us some nice little spread picks. So let me get my notes out for you.
Okay.
All right, the first pick. I can't believe they're even doing this. It's the Eagles at Patriots. -3.5 Eagles. I don't understand how they're giving that less points to the Eagles. They're going to kill the Patriots. Yeah. They don't even have a quarterback.
Seems like a rat line to me.
They got rid of Bailey Zappi. And Bailey Zappi came out and was like, "Oh, I was so surprised I was cut."
I think was that for the whole emergency quarterback thing? Is it because they're going to be able to bring one more quarterback than they're? I don't know. Bill Belichick's going to think he's a genius by doing this, but. Yeah, I think they're going to get pounded.
All right, then my next pick, I hate to say it, it's because they may be the worst NFL team, and they're tanking for Caleb Williams. There's no question about it. I got to go Commanders -7 against the Cardinals.
Yep. The Cardinals.
Where is that one at? Is that in Arizona or Washington?
It's in Washington. Oh. You got to think new fan base, new ownership. They're going to be coming out there hard. I'm just saying. And last year, their D-line was very impressive. I'm not going to lie. Even though they weren't that good, the Commanders still can play some defense. And who's the quarterback for the Cardinals?
Who knows?
Can you guys even tell me?
I mean,
they cut Colt McCoy. He was actually pretty decent. I don't even know who the quarterback is.
Yeah, it's kind of sad what's going on in Arizona. It's obvious they want Caleb Williams.
Yeah, it feels like if you wanted to salvage the season, you would have kept Colt McCoy.
The final pick I'm going to give you guys is only because I was watching quarterbacks, and Kirk Cousins may be the greatest guy in the world.
I knew you're going to be a big Cousins fan.
You're telling me that it's -6 against the Buccaneers? Okay, we're taking Vikings -6 all day of the week.
Wow.
Minnesota? Is that in Minnesota?
I actually think it's in. It's home, Minnesota. I didn't realize that, but -6 even on the road, I would take.
Dang, you were high on
favorites. All favorites for week.
And you're just saying that that's not parlay picks; those are individual bets.
Yes, sir. We'll put them up. We may dabble.
We blame you.
The futures bet, I don't understand. Maybe the sports betting world knows something I don't know, but on FanDuel, not sponsored by them or anything, but
not yet.
plus 135. Plus 135 if you pick the Niners, the Eagles. Who was the other one? I can't remember off the top of my head right now. It was the Niners, the Chiefs, Niners, and Eagles all to make the playoffs, plus 135. That's like almost a no-brainer. I don't understand how they're even giving you that.
Yeah,
Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league by far. The Eagles are being disrespected. And then the Niners, Brock Purdy, come on. There's nobody like the Seahawks aren't doing anything this year again.
You don't
Cardinals suck.
I'm a fan of that. The thing is, you're winning $35 if you bet 100. No, you're winning $135 if you bet 100.
Yeah.
So,
or if you bet 500, you're going to be winning
Brock Purdy
650.
sucks.
Yeah, that's my hot take for this year too.
Brock Purdy, I don't think
Brock Purdy.
I hope. I mean, he was Mr. Irrelevant for a reason, right?
Here's the thing. Everyone loved RG3.
Do you not realize who they have as their number 2? The savior of USC?
Sammy Darnold.
Sam Darnold, buddy.
Yeah.
You guys are forgetting things.
Maybe
right now.
the warm weather will make him play better.
I get to
He's
watch
home.
Sam Darnold play all the time.
He's one of the best balls in preseason.
Yeah.
Against a guy who's now selling cars at Precision Toyota.
Did he get mono this offseason too, or is that just for the Jets?
If you get mono, that is the lamest injury.
Yeah, ESPN had that classic screen like that. Sam Darnold had mono, couldn't even play because he was.
Biggest question for you guys: who you guys picked for Thursday night?
I picked the under. No, wait, under? Or
you picked the under because it's 50 something. It's pretty high, and then I picked the Chiefs to cover.
Yeah, it's a safe.
So I will say this: if this is my little insight, if I was betting that game, which I probably will, because it's who I am, the Chiefs always come out hot. They always do. You should probably take them first half spread because statistically speaking, the Lions always come back in the second half.
I kind of love that. I don't like that. I love that.
Chiefs first half spread. That's the silent bonus pick of the week. Silent lock. So what's your lock then? What's your guaranteed? It's going to hit no matter what. All three of those?
Oh, the Eagles.
The
Eagles. Okay, Eagles lock.
I love the Eagles.
All right. Well,
unless something's wrong with Jalen Hurts and he's not going to play anymore because he got the biggest contract in the history of sports. I don't know what's going on.
What about a Lambo? Hey, Mr. Picks, we always appreciate you. We're getting you on the show. We know it's a very busy schedule for you. You got people pulling you in all directions. We appreciate whatever time you can give us. Thank you very much, Mr. Picks.
Yeah, can we do some East Coast times next time? It's way too early on the West Coast, right, everybody?
We got to get up and get in the lab. The sharpest metals force in the hottest fires.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
See you later.
Mr. Picks, good takes. Unbanned. He's welcome back. Some good takes. I know you're sitting there like maybe you were with a pen and pad trying to write it down. I'll tweet it out.
Okay, good.
Don't you worry. I got it. I'll go back and tweet it all out. Or essentially just take every favorite.
That's Mr. Pick's Mr. Favorite today,
which
is fine. But
that's because
we'll see. I love favorites until they lose.
I like when he bets like $332, and I'm like, why'd you bet such an obscure number?
It's a third of $1,000.
Yeah. So
that's a nice unit to have.
Mr.
I think I'm going to bet $10 a game this year.
See, our competitor Dave Portnoy's units,
25 grand. I believe him.
Not yet.
I believe him. Good for him. Awesome. I wish I could do that. I remember when I used to drop 100 on a game like it was nothing. What an idiot I was. What an idiot. Would love that money back. Or 500 on a roulette table. That was awesome. Cool. Don't be 25 years old and go to Vegas. Don't do it. Save yourself money.
That's his PSA of the day.
Yeah. Like, bet responsibly? No, just don't bet.
Don't bet.
You'll be fine.
Invest.
Yeah. Or, just put it in the bank.
Well, here's the thing. We had a big college talk about, and that's okay. Time's been cut a little short. I don't want to give up an opportunity, though, to talk about
U of A?
Well, no, U of A had a good win. NAU. I'm excited.
That's a
U of A's
cupcake game.
That's a cupcake game.
But
I'm excited for them to go to the Big 12 and have to play better games. It was a good win. They didn't allow a touchdown, which is huge. Schools like Georgia and Oklahoma don't allow touchdowns. U of A not allowing a touchdown, I think that's pretty big. Yeah. We had big upsets. Everyone's talking about Colorado over TCU. Justin Lee Prime went out and just destroyed it. His kids look awesome, which like this week is cool, right? This week Prime's son went out and killed it at quarterback.
There's a lot of talk about that.
Next week when his son throws 4 picks.
Yeah, there better be all over him because everyone was on the Dion train. And look, it's awesome. They won 1 game last year. So the fact that they beat a ranked team this year,
top 10
great.
Team?
That's great. You couldn't scroll Twitter without seeing it. So hopefully this same thing happens when they lose.
We'll see. And then there was Duke over Clemson.
Oh, yeah, last
night's game, which I think good for Duke. It was home for Duke, Clemson versus Duke, and then I would say that
it's a bad loss for Clemson.
Clemson just hasn't really kept it together since they've had the NIL debacle, and Dabo came out and was like, "Oh, I'm against this. I'm against the transfer portal being just willy nilly. I'm against NIL." And it's clear that they just haven't adjusted with the current times.
Yep.
And then you get ran over by Duke. Not even like
it was awful.
Duke threw a Hail Mary from their 20-yard line. So they got ran over. Yeah. But nobody's talking about Texas State over Baylor.
Well, that's your Big 12 right there.
That's Big 12. So I ranked everything, right? I went out and ranked the current way that all the big Power 5 are standing. All right? And I've got Pac-12 at 1. That's clear and obvious.
Right now,
Pac-12 currently week 1.
They had a good week 1.
If
only they how are they going to do next year though?
They're not going to be
no shit.
No.
Okay.
And then after that, I obviously got the SEC. Okay, I mean you can't. The SEC had a couple losses though.
I think Big 10 looks good too.
I'm a
Big 10 guy.
Yeah, the Big 10. I got the Big 10 next.
Okay.
You got Michigan. I don't know how proven Michigan is yet. They got them at number 2 because of their quarterback. Yeah. They went out and destroyed Eastern Michigan.
Another cupcake. I hate that, but whatever. It's going to change next year when all these teams go to the Big 10. They're not. They better not be able to play these stupid schools. Like, stop playing. And good for Texas State. Good for them. And same with who played Boston College this weekend and beat the shit out of Boston College. Boston College paid some cupcake school $1 million to come to Boston College to beat them. Like, good.
Some school like Eastern Kentucky or something like that.
Awesome. Love that.
And then it was tough between the ACC and Big 12. The problem with the ACC is like Clemson lost, but Duke is in the ACC.
True.
So it's like, so I put ACC over, ACC over Big 12. Big 12, my new favorite conference in less than a year, bottom.
I think you're doing this so Arizona bumps them up next year. I know your plan. I see it. That's good.
So we'll get into more. We'll, like I said, stay tuned to the Twitter. We're going to fire out more tweets. We're going to get busier than usual. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel. We have a new format coming out. People are going to love it, and we're going to fire out some more videos. Maybe we'll get some opportunities to do more than one a week. However, that was today's episode. Unlucky number 13.
Week 1 preview.
Week 1. Very excited. Looks like we'll be blasting out tweets Thursday night, all day Sunday.
What are we doing week 1?
I mean, we may have to get together week 1.
That's true. And my team's not even playing, so it's going to be a great week 1.
We may have to meet somewhere and just film, like go to a bar and put up a little camera and just film us.
Saying, oh, that's a nice play.
That's a nice play. So thank you for staying along. Please follow us on Twitter. Please follow us on Instagram. Please follow us on YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe, do all the cool things. Please go to that GoFundMe. If there's anything you take from this video at the end of the day, if you're like, man, what do those guys say? Who's winning what? GoFundMe. Help out someone who, and I've said it a million times. The guy I saw him at work. I'm going to end real quick on this last minute 30. He did not bring it up. I saw it through third party. I called him. I said, why didn't we talk about this? And he said, dude, I didn't want to burden anybody with this information. And that's just the most unselfish thing to do. So I'm doing everything I possibly can to help him out. Sundown Sports, thank you, everybody.
See you. See you soon.